Since yesterday, due to some reasons, I've been missing the living legend of a geology teacher, Professor Ashok Madho Patwardhan. We came in touch with a youngster who joined as a lecturer in Chandigarh, perhaps in 1966, coming from BHU in the regime of Professor I.C. Pandey. Ashok Patwardhan commanded a very high respect and bordering on adoration among all youngsters. He was very strict, a great taskmaster, but he was still popular among the very good students, because they all knew that here was a person whom they could approach for guidance. By the way, I'm here at Gull Lake in Ontario, close to a famous tourist spot where my son and his wife brought both of us. The grandson is having a swim in the beach of Gull Lake, and I was sitting here close to the park and this amphitheater in the lake. I thought no place could be better than this to record my memories, sentiments, and gratitude to Ashok Madho Patwardhan, who is today around 81 or 2 and is settled in Pune since long. But Pune from Canada is a very small distance when you're thinking of a living legend, a teacher par excellence, a meticulous researcher, and somebody who is a permanent source of inspiration to so many students. So many. I will say only a few things about him. Our masters, we had the tradition in geology that the 5 meritorious students would do their degree through a dissertation on a specialized topic. They would have one paper only concerning the research topic, and they would be submitting a dissertation, and their evaluation would be based on that one paper examination and the thesis submitted. I was keen to join with Ashok Patwardhan, but I was afraid that somebody else may grab the seat and I may miss him. I kept my options for him secret, and I gave all the 3 options for Ashok Patwardhan. When he came to know that Arun Ahluwalia has given all the 3 options for me, he smiled and he used to give a hearty laugh, and he said, "Good, I'm happy." He used to be very fond of me because I was a very, very hardworking and studious person, and he asked me, what do you want to work on? I told him, कुछ इकोनॉमिक जियोलॉजी का रिसर्च करना है. तभी पांडे साहब, पटवर्धन साहब मसूरी होके आए थे और रॉक फॉस्फेट की इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रही थी मसूरी में, तो वो मुझे सूट कर गया. और पटवर्धन साहब ने कहा कि तुम एक डिसर्टेशन करोगे जिसमें you will compile the mineralogy and sedimentology or petrology, whatever, of all the phosphate deposits of the world and focus on Mussoorie Phosphorite in particular. पांडे साहब ने एक छोटा सा मैसेज दिया. एक उनके पुराने स्टूडेंट थे BHU के ज्ञानेश चंद्र, जो NMDC के जियोलॉजिस्ट इंचार्ज थे, और उनका ये संदेश था उनको कि अरुण आहलूवालिया को ज़बरदस्त ट्रेनिंग दो और इसको बहुत बढ़िया जियोलॉजिस्ट बना दो. उन्होंने बहुत लिटरली उसको लिया. पूरे मसूरी सिंक्लाइन के जितने एडिट्स थे, ट्रेंचेस थी, सभी मुझे दिखाए और मुझे 2-2.5 महीने के करीब काफ़ी घुमाया. मेरे पास पैसे बहुत लिमिटेड थे क्योंकि ये पहला ट्रिप था विच वॉज पर्सनल, फंडेड बाय द फैमिली ऑफ द स्टूडेंट, नॉट बाय द डिपार्टमेंट. मेरी माँ ने 2 चूड़ियाँ बेची थी मेरे फील्ड वर्क के लिए, तो बड़ा सेंटिमेंटल था मेरे लिए वो फील्ड वर्क, बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट था. एनीवे, मैंने जो सैम्पल्स कलेक्ट किए थे वो जिसको बोलते हैं जिगर के टुकड़े की तरह मैंने संभाल के रखे थे. और नॉर्मली जब जियोलॉजी के बच्चे बहुत सारे सैम्पल्स घर ले आते हैं तो घर वाले बोलने लगते हैं गंदगी मचा दी, सो मच मैस ही इज़ क्रिएटेड. बट मेरे पेरेंट्स ने कभी ये नहीं कहा. और टू देयर सरप्राइज मेरा जो थीसिस था वो घर पे ही टाइप हुआ. एक टाइपिस्ट हमने घर पे बुलाया, कुछ स्पेशल करना चाहते थे और थोड़ा हल्का लगे, पतला लगे थे, से राइस पेपर पे, बढ़िया क्वालिटी के राइस पेपर पे टाइप हुआ, वगैरह वगैरह. ख़त्म हुआ खेल. और तुरंत थीसिस के बाद जुलाई से आई स्टार्टेड माई रिसर्च वर्क विद प्रोफेसर अशोक पटवर्धन. मेरिट लिस्ट के 2 बच्चों को ऑटोमेटिकली CSIR का जूनियर रिसर्च फेलोशिप मिलता था. आई वाज अ JRF विद अशोक पटवर्धन सर. एंड टू हिज सरप्राइज I discovered some microfossils in the thin sections of the phosphate, and there was a great importance of that discovery in my mind, and I thought I should present it to the world. And I prepared a draft for Nature magazine, the best magazine of sciences in London. It was simultaneously presented here in a seminar in the department, and there was a lot of leg pulling by some seniors who are no more, and even they said that what fossil you're showing are bunkum, kuch nahi hai. And they said lots of things which are not relevant, but Patwardhan Sahab was presenting and they wanted to drag me into presentation. I got up and I said that let my guide present it, I will answer the questions. That was also very daring of a student. I did answer, and I was as blunt as Dr. Patwardhan was famous for. And when they said that this will be rejected and not published here, I just happened to say, don't worry about the publication. I'm not giving it to you. We have sent it to Nature for consideration. That was something which Dr. Patwardhan expected me not to say in public. पर खैर जोश में आके मैंने कह दिया और वो पेपर हमारा रिजेक्ट हो गया और बड़ी भारी हमारे लिए दुविधा हो गई, एम्बैरसमेंट हो गई. मैंने 2-2.5 महीने लगाए लाइब्रेरी में, मेन लाइब्रेरी में बैठ के और दोबारा से सारे नेचर के इश्यूज पढ़े. एंड आई फेल्ट दैट द प्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ दैट पेपर वाज नॉट इंटरनेशनल एंड I rewrote it, and finally when I was satisfied, I showed it to Dr. Patwardhan कि सर मैं इसको दोबारा भेजना चाहता हूँ. He said, क्या दोबारा भेजोगे? मैंने कहा हाँ सर. Then he also labored with me and both of us sent that paper. It was typed around 21 times. Manually typing होती थी. हर बार साइकिल उठा के टाइपिस्ट के घर जाता था. पटवर्धन साहब से ज़्यादा मेटिकुलस मैंने पेपर लिखने वाला नहीं देखा. उन्होंने इतना ज़्यादा उस पर मेहनत करी, सोच विचार किया और लिखने में, प्रेजेंटेशन में. अल्टीमेटली हमने वो दोबारा नेचर में भेज दिया. एंड हफ्ते बाद हर रोज़ मैं इंतज़ार करता कि कुछ आएगा और एक दिन एक पोस्ट कार्ड आया, पेपर एक्सेप्टेड फॉर पब्लिकेशन. March 71. I was 21 plus. Patwardhan Saab was 28 plus. मेरा तो पहला ही पेपर था. पटवर्धन साहब के तो कुछ रिसर्च पेपर्स थे उनके अपने थीसिस पे. So it was a great sensation कि पटवर्धन एंड अहलुवालिया का पेपर नेचर में एक्सेप्ट हो गया. एंड दैट्स द स्टोरी which I wanted to share. That here was a research guide who was not a reader or a professor. He was a lecturer. But the respect he commanded was at par with the most senior professors of the department. Senior most तो तिवारी साहब थे और पांडे साहब थे, पर प्रोफेसर भाटिया की एज अ टीचर उनका स्टाइल, उनका कंटेंट, उसकी बहुत इज्जत थी. हमने पटवर्धन साहब को कभी बताया न था कि हम भाटिया साहब के बराबर उनकी इज्जत करते हैं. और that's a memory which lingered with me and lingered. Patwardhan Saab got a scholarship to go to Heidelberg, to G.C. Armstutz. He was working on spilites of Monday, and he worked there for about 2 years. In the meanwhile, I got a job in Geological Survey, and subsequently, we wrote 2 papers in Mineralium Deposita, and we answered a rejoinder, which also was quite a lengthy paper, and we published another rejoinder in Colorado in AAPG Bulletin. In short, I had 5 international papers with Professor Ashok Patwardhan by 1975. I was in Geological Survey, and this was a record that a youngster started off career with a lecturer, and both of them published nothing in India, and they had 5 international papers. Later, circumstances happened such that Professor Patwardhan moved to Pune, and my registration for PhD was finished. I had to re-register for many practical reasons. I found a new guide, and rather two guides, one from university and one from Geological Survey of India. And but the foundation of that work, which I finally submitted, was all laid by Ashok Madho Patwardhan. All the confidence I have in writing and delivery of my lectures, I owe absolutely only to Ashok Patwardhan. The person who inspired me in my research and teaching was Professor S.B. Bhatia. Because simultaneously with my master's, once I used to attend the classes, all classes, though it was not mandatory for me. I offered to give a seminar on Vindhyans. New edition of Krishnan had come, where I had update knowledge on Vindhyans, and I gave a presentation on Vindhyans, and Professor Bhatia got up to say, "Arun, I would have done it the way you did." I said, "Sir, I was literally, very religiously trying to copy you." And even the movement on the blackboard before the geological map of India was all your style. वो बहुत हंसे. And I told पटवर्धन साहब कि मैंने आज भाटिया साहब की क्लास में मैं एज ए अपने इंटरेस्ट के लिए जाया करता हूँ. I made a seminar presentation and भाटिया साहब ने मुझे ये बोला. Then वो फिर हंसे. I told him, इतना ज़्यादा हम पटवर्धन साहब से खुल के बात नहीं कर सकते थे. हमें सिर्फ उनके साथ साइंस की ही बात करनी होती थी. वो कभी कोई और बात नहीं करते थे जियोलॉजी के सिवा, और फोकस ओनली जियोलॉजी होती थी. उन्होंने मुझे इतना ज़रूर बताया था कि मैं सुबेरे जिस दिन मेरी क्लास होती है, I get up early, I spend minimum 4 hours re-preparing my lecture. That's what I learned from Professor Ashok Patwardhan forever. Even the popular lectures I give these days are never my stale old lectures. Even the PPTs, PowerPoint presentations which are ready, I keep on adding to it every day. And the day I have to make a presentation, whether it's a school or it's an online gathering of colleagues in India or anywhere, Ashok Madho Patwardhan is at the back of my mind. We had gone to Pune in 2022, most probably 22, yeah. And we visited Patwardhan family. We had breakfast with them, and we had a brief video made, which I put up, and I told them that I had such an impact of the name Patwardhan on me that I met a commander in Bombay Sappers area of the cantonment, where I was a guest of an officer. And when I met the commander, who was a Patwardhan, I asked him, how is it that all the Patwardhans are so smart and impactful? पटवर्धन साहब को मैंने ये बात बताई कि आज सुबह सुबह सैर करते हुए मेरे मुंह से निकला और वो फिर जैसे उनका स्टाइल था वो थोड़ा आवाज़ करके दिल से हंसते थे और फिर हंसे. अभी I've been looking forward to visiting Pune again and meeting him and his family. So these are my sentiments and compliments to the iconic teacher of geology, Ashok Madho Patwardhan, our role model, our hero. A few years back, Mussoorie Bhatia had come from Houston, and what I have spoken, much more than this. He's a professor of petroleum sciences in America. He's been a petroleum geologist all through. What he wrote about his experiences of interacting with Ashok Patwardhan, I won't repeat here, but I will ask Mukul one day to talk about his memories of the great Ashok Madho Patwardhan. God give him long life and good health, and I'm sure legends like Ashok Madho Patwardhan value for all students and all young teachers. God bless him.